Welcome to my ePortfolio. My name is Laura Yankov and this is my ePortfolio for ETEC 590, a capstone experience in UBC's Masters of Educational Technology or MET program. This ePortfolio documents my professional growth as an educator and the knowledge and skills I gained while on this educational journey for the past 2.5 years. One way to navigate this ePortfolio is to use the tabs at the top of the page. We are now at the home page, which contains a detailed explanation of my purpose, my intended audience, my objectives, and a course timeline of my MET journey. The other way to navigate this ePortfolio is to scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on the next page, back to top, or back to previous page buttons. There is a drop-down bar where you may select which page or section you want to go next. The Home tab contains information about me, as well as a detailed explanation of the metaphor I used for the ePortfolio. The next three tabs are used to illustrate my metaphor. If you hover over these tabs, some drop-downs appear. These drop-downs represent the specific artifacts that I have chosen to showcase my learning. The last tabs contain my assessment rubric and a references page. Each course name, when clicked on, has a link, which will take you to the University of British Columbia's course page, which provides a description of the objectives, assignments, and a general overview of each course as listed by UBC. The artifacts selected in my website are represented in a variety of media content, such as course documents, YouTube videos, and website links. They are actively embedded so you can see and interact with them as listed. When I was trying to decide on a metaphor to use for my ePortfolio, it occurred to me that my MET journey shared many similarities with my immigrant story. I came to Canada in 1997, and this experience has changed my life. I wanted my ePortfolio to be very personal, and that's why I've chosen to compare my learning journey through the Masters of Educational Technology program to my personal experience as an immigrant in Canada. I summarized my learning into three main categories: planning and settlement, a new identity, and acculturation. Each category has a carefully chosen header which correlates with my metaphor connection. There are some drop-downs with subcategories which represent artifacts and reflections from the courses I've taken. When the decision to emigrate has been made, one needs to consider where to move, how to apply, and what are the first steps to take in that direction. There were many plans and preparations for me to make when I decided to embark on this journey. Those plans and preparations are described under the subcategory Application Process. This category includes the statement of interest that I submitted when I applied to the MET program. The next subcategory, Settlement, includes a brief description of my first courses in the program, a short reflection about how they helped me to establish theoretical ground, and the links that will direct you to the chosen artifacts. Each of these artifacts represent the different barriers immigrants are faced with when they arrive to a new country: the difficulty to speak and learn a new language, the need to secure work and housing, the access to different services, and the experience of some cultural issues. For new immigrants, the search for their self and social identity can be an arduous task. They find it particularly hard to blend their cultural and personal values as they search for their place in the new culture. This can parallel my MET journey, in the sense that when I began this program, I felt like a stranger in a foreign land. In this page, I expanded on some details on which courses helped me to develop my self and social identity, and I included some artifacts that best represent a connection to my metaphor. The section of acculturation contains a description about how the immigrant embraces new values, experiences new learning opportunities, and adapts to the host culture. Throughout my MET journey, I have been deeply influenced by constructivism. The ability to practice what I learned while receiving feedback from colleagues and instructors has been very valuable in advancing my understanding. The artifacts that I've chosen to represent this part of my metaphor clearly reflect the application of the constructivist learning theory within my teaching practice. I also included in this section a description of the process for creating this ePortfolio, as well as my future steps after the completion of the MET program. This ePortfolio is only a small representation of all the learning I acquired along this educational journey. I carefully selected these artifacts as I feel they represent my best work over the past 2.5 years. However, I am proud of each and every assignment I completed for this program. These artifacts represent my personal teaching style, philosophy, and creativity. I am thankful for this opportunity to showcase my learning, and I appreciate that you've taken the time to listen to this video and navigate through my ePortfolio.